What's going on, YouTube? Claic is all back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius spooky trial guide, and today we're covering the Nightmare, which I keep wanting to call Elite because Elite was normally the highest, Nightmare version of the Skeleton King. You can see him sitting right next to me right here. This guy, let me just talk about, before I get into the details, what this boss is and how I feel about it. First off, it's one of the biggest bullshit bosses in the game. He is supposed to be like a seasonal boss. I understand it's Nightmare difficulty. However, he gets to a point where RNGesus takes the wheel. Now, we're going to find ways to get around this, but I don't see much hope for anybody who's free to play budget build without a bunch of TMRs and some 5-star characters to boot. Now, I do believe Riku can get you through some of this if you have a Riku and get our limit burst up with some chaining. However, he does tend to take away MP here, guys, and that can be a huge problem. So, just so you know, viewers beware, if you do not have a bunch of 5-star base units, or you don't really need a bunch of 5-star base units, you just need a bunch of TMs, essentially, to make it through this, then this is going to be maybe a lost cause for you. Maybe they'll nerf it in the maintenance, who knows. Anyway, in my opinion, it's bullshit the way the fight is set up, but we'll go over that in a minute. So, you're going to be fighting the Skeleton King. He has a Reaper, so Undead Killer is going to come in handy. Undead Killer can come from, 1, the recipe that took me forever to get, and 2, you can get it from using Diablos on, not Diablos, excuse me, Odin on someone, okay? This monster does have 48.7 million HP, so that's going to be a lot to get through, a lot to chunk through. But then his defense and spirit aren't that high, so that's going to be okay. He is weak to water and light, so you can go with your light chaining or your water chaining. Dark is a no-no at 100%, and then you have 30% to every other element besides water and light, the water and light being negative 30, the other ones being plus 30. He cannot be touched by any status element, and the only thing that can be broken on him is attack and magic. Now, that isn't at a fucking percent. That is just always going to happen, so that's a good thing about this boss. So when the boss first sits down, these are the moves that it can do to you, and it will do to you. It has an ability called Wailing Swipe. Physical damage 3.5 times multiplier to all enemies, and it decreases your defense and spirit by 45% for 3 turns. He will cast this every single turn. I think it's very low that he won't cast this, so that's going to be happening to you all the time. The way we deal with that is to have an AoE protecting tank who can take a lot of hits, and that means a tank that has a lot of TMs on it, or you guys can go with a full evade tank if you would like. I just try to stick away from that. Then he has the ability Dream Stealer. Dark magic damage 4 times with MP as magic to a max of 400. To one enemy, and it'll inflict blind to that enemy 100%. And Dream Stealer, I think, tends to attack the person with the highest attack. It tends to hit the person with the highest attack, so that's a way you can kind of get decide where it's going. This monster does have 100,000 MP, and the way to deal with these abilities like Dream Stealer is to take all the MP off the monster. So you can do that through Osmos, Lance, any way you could steal MP. You know, a bunch of units have different abilities. Osmos Blade. You need to get that MP out of there on the first turn, so that when we do get hit by that, it doesn't really hurt us that bad. You can get it down to where all these abilities are doing 1 when the magic is, has to do with MP. Next move he can do before we get down to 80% is Accursed Flames. Now, Accursed Flames happens once we take him down to 80%. That's going to be fire magic damage 4 times to one enemy. It's going to inflict blind 100%, and that is also based off his MP magic. So if we get rid of that, we get rid of all of his MP, that's going to be tickling as well. Then he has Hellfire, which is fire magic AoE damage going on, MP base. So guys, what do we get from this? He has Wailing Swipes, which is an AoE, Defense and Spirit Break. There's a lot of physical damage there, so that one cannot be avoided. You have to deal with that. The other 3, while 2 of them being fire and 1 of them being dark, now elements will help you, but we can also just suck the MP out of this skeleton, and then we can move on and be okay. Now that is the first 80% of the fight, okay? After that, after you hit the 60% threshold, and this is where the fight becomes a little bit more bullshit. So I mean, literally, guys, all you have to do is take all his MP out of him, and then you just have to have an AoE tank that can take physical damage very well through mitigation, etc., etc. He will just take the Wailing Swipes and all his auto attacks, and it'll be fine. He can do an ability called Horror. It has a 50% chance to inflict confuse to all enemies, and it decreases your dark resist by, get this number, 80% for 3 turns. So yeah, he's going to cast that on you, and he does dark damage, obviously, and he's actually going to pick up more dark damage as it is, so that's going to be bad. But remember, we don't care about that. His MP isn't there. Well, he picks up a move that he can do after 60%, which is called Soul Siphon, magic damage with an HP drain, and then also an MP drain. So not only is he getting the mana back, he's stealing it from you, and he's giving himself a little bit of HP, and that boosts up all those moves we talked about, because now he has MP to be able to hurt us with those moves. That's a problem, right? Well, it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, at 60%, it does get a little rough. He is pulling in, you know, he is casting horror on you, putting your dark resist down. He is taking your MP every goddamn turn. But, you know, that's manageable somewhat because he doesn't completely take away your MP. You can get ways around that. You know, get your MP back up, take his MP away again so his moves don't hurt, yada, yada, yada. Have confused resist and have dark resist up some other way. Might be able to make it through there. This is when the enemy literally loses all sense of good. Oh, did I mention these are all in random order? First off, all these abilities I just mentioned are all in random order. There's no time or reason for it. They just happen. So, like, for example, he can literally just do all his MP moves and do nothing to you, and then use his Soul Siphon, and you'd be like, yay! And then you suck his MP back and you're good. Or, he can Soul Siphon and then hit you with all his moves doing a lot of damage. Who knows? Who knows how it's gonna go? Well, you never know. Once you get it down below 40%, that's another HP threshold, and we're going to be adding 2 more attacks to this. We have Shadow Storm, Dark Magic Damage, MP base to all enemies. That is a 5 times multiplier, and let me tell you guys, after that 80% down in your Dark Resist, this bad boy is going to hurt. And then he adds Eternal Torment. Eternal Torment decreases fire resist by 80%, so now the 2 abilities he hits you with are putting your stats, your resist down by 80%, so fire and dark going down by 80%, yeah. And then he's going to restore his HP and 10% to himself, so mana to himself. So essentially, he has a move that just gives him mana and HP, and he takes down both your resist by 80%, giving himself mana that way, and he takes down, he can do dark magic damage and fire AoE magic damage. So essentially what I mean by that, in a turn at 40%, you could have everything buffed up, you could have avoided the defense and spirit break, you could have, I don't know, broken him, right? His attack and magic broken, and have cover, have all his damage mitigation. He can still wreck your ass because his damage does so much. Because it's 80% broken on your resist, you can't recover from that more than likely unless you just stack a bunch of dark and fire resist. And I'm talking about on every unit. I'm just talking about on your tank. He could go like this in a turn. Soul Siphon. What's it called? Eternal Torment. Put himself up by 10%. So he took your MP 10%, and then he could do Shadow Storm, Hellfire, a Cursed Flame, a Shadow Storm. Something like that. Like, it doesn't, like, he can just do it all. He can just do it all in one turn. It's happened to me several times. So that's the part of the boss that's bullshit. It's RNG. And you can get away with it sometimes, where he'll just be like, all these moves, I have 0 MP, and then I'll drain you and I'll give myself MP. Right? And you would think, well, there you go, Claic. That's how you can get through it. No. That is not how you get through it, because you have to actually kill him. So he's still taking your MP away every single turn. And then what do you have to do in response? Your damage dealers are kind of using Osmos to combat it, because everybody else has to keep your defense up, your stats up, your elemental resist up, you gotta heal, you gotta make sure your tank's good to go. This fight has too much shit going on. And then on top of that, they decided, hell, fuck, why not? We're gonna make you have 5 units or less. So the reason I'm getting angry is because 1, the fight is even RNG for Wells, and 2, for non-Wells, good fucking luck. Like, you'll need Riku to try to live through all that shit that I just talked about that may happen to you. I like fights that are controlled and calm and in your control and not RNG, and again, they just did it again. This fight is just so, I mean, if he would be like Soul Siphon, do all his moves, and then he would be like, give myself 10% MP and mana and put your, you know what I mean? If there was some rhyme or reason, you could maybe fight around it, but you can't, because it's RNGesus. The ways I've found to deal with this talking to people is 1, once you get him down below the 60% to 40% threshold, you just 2-shot him. So you give him a chance to suck up all that MP and hit you, and hopefully you live, and then you kill him, etc. So it'd be things like A2, Onion Knight, Agrius, Warrior Light, Agrius, Dark Veritas. Dark Veritas can put up your Dark Resist. Dark Veritas can break him. There are so many different units you guys can use here, but the thing is, you have to be able to pretty much take him from 60 to 0% pretty damn quick, or the MP... him taking your MP away is just going to catch up to you too fast. And it took me about, I'd say close to 6 hours, 6.5 hours to beat this guy. That's not counting the off-stream time I put into it. Evil After himself has almost condemned free-to-play guides that he was doing. He was one of the best at doing that because of this boss, because it was so frustrating, because he spent so much money. I mean, not to mention it's going to take you, I don't know this is a rant, guys, and it's supposed to be a guide. I pretty much explained how the fight goes and what we're going to be doing, and we'll do it in-game too. But, you know, it's just something that needs to be spoken on. Hopefully if Gumi or somebody from Square Enix is watching this, you had a guy who used to do this all the time. It takes you anywhere from 60 to 100. I think actually it's 20, 40, 60. Yeah, anywhere from 60 to 100 if you get unlucky skeleton keys worth of energy to fight this guy. And then if you lose, guess what? You're going to go grind that 100 energy again, which is almost somebody's entire energy bar. And on top of that, even if you know exactly how to do the fight, you have all the right units. If you don't fucking kill him after he goes down below 60%, you can just lose because of RNG. At what point did you think this boss fight was good? At what point were you like, cool, this is what we want our team, or this is what we want our fucking Halloween event to be? Sorry, I know I'm getting heated, but essentially, they're just, for creators, for sure, it's fucking frustrating because we don't want to leave you guys out hanging. We want to help you guys. And we waste so much lapis. Same thing happened with Aegeon. Same thing happened with Marlborough with Evil Laughter. I know it did. And well, other users. I know I'm not even naming all the content creators. But we use so much money just refilling our lapis, refilling our lapis. This is even worse because you have to get the skeleton keys before you can fight the guy. So the time is just so much. So hopefully they just learn from this and they don't do something like this again. Unless I'm just being a baby about it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, let's get into the fight and show you guys how exactly I took this guy down turn for turn. So here we are at the missions we want to complete here. Now, I haven't completed the Evoke Titan and Lakshmi. That's a whole other RNG added to the fight. Just more RNG on RNG. Yay. But anyway, we're going to try to do that today. I mean, the magic 30% isn't anything to me. I have so many Shantoto, so many other magic 30% the game has given me. I don't need that other magic 30%. But it's all for the thrill of the fight. We can't use any white magic, but healers like Luca, you can use Elias as your healer, you know, using the I think it's called Salve, the Salve bug, I think is the move I'm referring to there. He also has the ability to stop your defensive spirit from being broken or your attack magic defensive spirit from being broken, so that's something good on this fight. And then do it with a party of 5 or less, but the Collar of the Blessed isn't even worth it, I'm telling you guys. I'd honestly say none of these are worth it except for the dagger. Maybe the 3 summon tickets, maybe if you can get through it, but if you can just beat it and not get any of these missions, don't feel bad because at least you got that dagger, which I think is best in slot for Nyx. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about our team and what we need to bring. So we're wanting to bring another A2, and we want A2 to be, you know, relatively tanky, and then have some attack here with a light weapon. So let's look. We have Excalibur, we have Aegeon Arm, which we like too because of the limit burst build up there, and then that looks like a really good A2 that we can take with us to fight with. So this is going to be our choice for our friend unit. And this is our squad. So what you guys need is a tank that can either 1, AoE tank on their own, or 2, use Illusionist Nicole to put the 100% cover chance with mitigation on that person. So that's something new, guys, you may not have heard about yet. Illusionist Nicole is breaking the game in a different way where he can create and make anybody a tank, essentially. And so you can build people up like Soleil, Zargaboth, Noctis, Lightning, anybody that can go to 100% evade, and you need somebody to, excuse me for hitting that, to make people get rid of physical damage like we need here with Welling Swipe. They can just go, Illusionist Nicole can put 100% on them, and since they evade everything, they're just like, ding, 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 and they're covering everybody and taking no damage because it's physical resist, or physical evade or whatever, because they have 100%. But for me, I'm using Warrior of Light here. He is my go-to guy. We need somebody to break attack and magic, and he's going to be the guy who's going to do it for me. And then I'm just going to build a bunch of tanky stuff on him. As you can see, Mechanical Heart is very good. It's going to boost HP and Spirit by 15%, and a chance of restoring HP when receiving damage there. That's something we need because it helps boost us up really well. And then we have the black belt on him to try to build up Esper Orbs. We're going to see how well that works. Moving on, you guys need a healer support type unit unless you're using Riku and just hope to keep reviving every turn. So I guess that's a way you can do it too. Just have a Riku and take it down. Remember, guys, you don't have to have a 5-star on this team. Besides your friend, probably. I think a team that could probably pull it off without a 5-star friend would be something like Warrior of Light, Elias, Riku, Agrius, and then your friend would be Dark Veritox. Remember, we do need some Dark Resist up. He could also break with Impact, things like that. So that could be good for you if you want to try that out. That's the 5, but I would just put the 6th in there if you're trying to budget build anyway. But you are going to need a lot of TMs anyway. Tillith can be replaced with Luca or Ilias, in my opinion, and still get the job done. Here's my Tillith. She's going to be there to stop them from breaking down my defense, spirit, attack, and magic, which he does every turn. So you need to make sure that's up every turn and heal us up and give us some MP. Zargaboth, I'm a believer. At first, I didn't think he was going to be that great because, one, if you look at this, he has negative 35% right here, and that's with me. It's normally negative 50%. I'm adding to it, so be aware that he does, you know, he's a little bit down with the Dark Resist on this fight. It does do dark damage, but everything else he does is amazing. The pod is not needed. I just put it on there just in case. He can put up all your stats by 60% and make you confused and blind resist, which is what this boss does to you. He can break down light resist by 50%, so he can imperil light by 50%, making your A2 chainers that much more powerful, or your Onion Knights, or anybody you want to chain with that can do a lot of damage. And then he can also do damage mitigation, 20% for 2 turns, I do believe, and that's really awesome too. So you can see I just built him tanky and threw like 50% dark resist trying to counteract that. I could put Diablos on him, but I want that on my tank for now. But we're actually going to switch out to Titan. I forgot. I need to switch out to Titan. I need to make sure I have Titan and Lakshmi. So then as your A2, you just want to be able to light chain. Undead Killer's awesome on her. We put Odin on her. You can put Osmos Blade on her. We need a way for our attackers or somebody to be taking this guy's MP away. So when we get in this battle, he does nothing to us until he starts taking his MP back and gets a little mad. So yeah, that's our team right here, guys. I need to make sure I put Titan. The reason I had Ifrit on there is I just wanted to make sure to beat it. Again, fire resist is good. There's fire damage in this. We'll throw Titan on him, and then we're going to see how this goes, guys. If it starts looking bleak, what I'll do is I'll just save the Esper attempt for stream time, because again, I've already been in this fight for like 6-7 hours today, and I'll just beat it down and hopefully show you guys how you can do it. Again, A2's really strong at it. And, you know, you can use Onion Knight, Orlando's, Dark Veritas, Agrius, Orlando, Dark Veritas. These are all great ways to get in there and do damage. You just got to be chaining with light or water. Try to double Tidus. I don't know how well that'll work. You can 100% imperil that with Tidus' Limit Burst. So that might be a way to go too. I might want to try out. So first turn, what are we going to do? We need to make sure his attack and magic are broken on the first turn. So boom, Arms Eraser, done. The next thing we need to do is make sure both of our units here use Lance. Let's see, please have Lance. There it is. Woo! I forgot to check for Lance. Please check for your Lances. Some people out there don't have Lance on their own, and it can be a bad thing. So we'll be doing that in a second. We want to make sure that we have our resist up from taking, getting attack, defense, and spirit broken. And then Zarga Bay is going to put up our attack, magic, spirit, and defense, and our blind, paralyze, and confusion resist. So we'll go ahead and Lance there, and I'll show you guys what I mean by this. Let's see. Oh, let's see what he does. So he's doing Welling Swipes, hits everybody. Warrior Light isn't tanking yet. He's doing Dream Stealer, and you see how it only did 1 damage? It only did 1 damage because we stole all the rest of his MP. We stole it all, so he couldn't do any damage with that. Normally that attack just kills you. Oh my god, yes. Just counter, baby. Give me them Esper Orbs. Oh, no. Drop them. Or those Limit Burst Orbs. I like that too. Another good thing about Zargaboth is he counters a lot. Now, so now his MP's all gone. We're good to go, baby. We're ready to get in there. So Warrior Light is going to go ahead, and Light is with us because he's still going to be doing the Wailing Swipe, which does become a little bit annoying at times. We're getting through it. Tillith is going to raise everybody, give everybody some MP. Zargaboth is going to go ahead and use Word of Law. Now, this one right here just gives us the, can I hold over it and it pulls up a little thing? Yeah, see, it reduces damage taken by allies for 2 turns. So that's what we're going to want to do there. We'll go ahead and pop that bad boy. And these 2 A2s are going to dash attack, and I'm going to try to make it in a non-chaining way. We could auto attack too. We're just trying to build up the Esper Orbs and the Limit Burst Orbs, but we almost have both A2s already there. So we'll do that. Prism Hill, give everybody some health and some MP, which I could have done after I did both my A2s, but oh fuck, I fucking perfect chained it. Well, anyway, we got some orb out of it. We got 2 orbs. I need to be real careful of that, especially when I'm in this video. This fight is not... You need a lot of concentration when you do this fight anyway. You cannot mess up at all. You can see the Warrior Light's just tanking like a boss, living with like 5,000 HP. Mechanical Heart will trigger, Counter will trigger, and we're hoping to get some of those Esper drops. But, yeah, I just got to be careful. Once it gets below 80%, remember, guys, he's going to have 2 more MP moves, an AoE Fire move, and then I think it's the Fire move that is to 1 enemy. Now, it's not going to be a big deal because he doesn't have any MP, but later it will be. I think this is Warrior Light's free turn that we can use, but I'm going to use it to break again, and then the next turn I'm going to defend with him or use an elixir or something, because right now we don't really need an elixir. Zargaboth is going to auto attack. Tillith is going to probably fully restore HP to all allies. Let me look. I think he's good. I think I can just put mana on us too. I can use the 99 here, no problem. So Zargaboth's just going to attack, try to get us some... Drop an Esper Orb. Okay, it didn't drop an Esper Orb. That sucks. But we tried. Dash attack, a little bit of dash attack. Hit here, hit here. All right, there's one. Oh, he's already at 78%. See, that's what I'm saying, man. You need them. We can just sit here and start autoing if we need to. We'll get him down as close to 60%. You do not want to break the 60% threshold or bad things will happen. So we want to avoid that. And you can see that these moves are all just doing 1. This is an AoE Fire move that would normally do a shit ton. It'll do 1. If you're seeing anything above 1 happen on the Warrior of Light, that's because he's getting a physically attack, and he'll take a little bit of damage for that. So Mechanical Heart, some counters, which we didn't get any Esper Orbs off of, and I'm sad about it. And Warrior Light's almost up to full health, which is pretty sweet. Now let's check our team out and see what we need. It would appear that you have no buffs, even though it's showing a buff over your head, which must be a bug. Be careful with that, alright? Enable special abilities. Alright, special abilities are enabled. That's the buff one. Okay, I thought it was a bug. Here we go. Is Cover Still and Warrior of Light. Covers all allies. That's good right there. So, what we can do now is just defend with Warrior of Light. We're going to go ahead and put the thing where we cannot be broken on our entire team. Zargaboth's going to buff up our, attack, magic, defense, and spirit, and also our, we don't want to get blinded, we don't want to get confused. And then we're also going to defend with Warrior of Light, like I said. And then both these A2s are going to dash attack again, but hopefully not as strong as we did last time. There's an Esper Orb. That's what we want to see. Alright, we can't get him below 60%, so now starts the auto-attacking and praying for our, praying on Jesus that the Esper Orbs will come down. I think essentially we just need 1.5 full there, so yeah, we'll see what happens here. Warrior Light's just getting pummeled, but not really. See, he cast that thing. You see he cast that thing twice in a row. Can you imagine if he has MP? Can you imagine if he has a lot of MP? Your whole team will die there. And that's especially with after a negative 80% fire resist. You can see the shit this guy can do. It's disgusting. Anyway, we do need to cover with Warrior Light now. We need to put Light with us again. Tillith has a turn here to do whatever. Zargaboth is going to use the Word of Law to put up our mitigation. And then Tillith is going to do the heal plus mana, I do believe, to everybody. Because we are losing out on a little bit of mana here. Go ahead and do that, and then we're just going to auto-attack with A2 and see if we can... Oh, there's one. All right, there we go. So the next turn with Tillith, I do believe we're going to be able to summon Lakshmi. That'll be healing us and doing well. So we're doing pretty good so far. Here comes the Hailfire. I'm going to take a drink, guys, if that's okay with you. Like, excuse me. All right. Yeah, the easy part. I don't want you to drop any Esperos. No! Save them for later! Save them for later! Oh, Warrior Pride, you're so beautiful. Man, Warrior Light's cool. Wilhelm's still my boy, but Warrior Light's pretty cool. Okay, so this turn we're going to use the break with Warrior of Light. It's been a little bit, so we want to make sure we have our break in there. Tillith's going to take this turn to summon Lakshmi on everybody. So that's one down. One Esper summoned, baby. We got there. And then we're going to go ahead and use auto attacks, excuse me, with all three of these to try to get some Esper orbs out. Come on, there's one. Pop out some more, baby. One more. Reeling Swipe. Essentially, this is where you're at, guys. You want to get them all the way down as close to 60% as you can, and then go ham on them. You want to use the Limit Burst on them. So we're going to have to stop. I think Limit Burst here with these guys will do a 1% each. So at about 63%, I'm going to have to stop auto-attacking. Come on, man. Drop an Esper. You dropped one last time. Don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this. It's over. He's done countering. This is the turn where Light can do anything. Does he need to do anything? Not really. This is the turn where Tillith needs to put up our... where is it? Yeah, boost resist to attack break, because you can see that it's not on anybody. Zargoboth needs to put up our Arcadian Light on everybody. Warrior Light can't auto-attack this turn, or defend. I think I'm gonna rather him defend, and then we'll just auto-attack with these two. Try to build those Esper Orbs. Come on, pop one out. Pop one out of there, big boy. There's one. Woohoo, there's two. Uh-oh. We're at 65%. It's getting very close. Oh, man, I just hope Warrior Light decides to take it to him and make him drop some Esper Orbs, so this is gonna be bad. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Oh, there was one. Zargabay got one out. Shake him up. Stab him. Give him a stabby stab attack. Man, Zargaboth's going nuts. Oh, 2 MVP. MVP. Okay, so I think this turn it's time to go. I think it's time to go. If we kill it, too bad. I'll get this later on stream, like I said. If not, if we make it to like 20% and live, then, you know, happy times. So let me check everybody out. Where's a Warrior Light at? He needs to go ahead and cast his, there's only one thing Warrior Light can do right now, and that is the cast Light is with us. The next thing we need to do is have Tillith cast, what do we want Tillith to do? We're not going ham yet. This isn't the turn yet. The next turn is the turn we'll go ham on him. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cast our, boof up our stuff, I think, again. That seems fine. Zargaboth is going to cast Word of Law again, I do believe. Yeah, that seems fine, too. And then I'm going to Limit Burst with both of these. But I'm going to do it individually, because if you chain it, it could do too much damage. So we're going to go with one break there. Hopefully it doesn't chain with... Whew, okay. If it dropped an Esper Orb, that'd be pretty exciting. And then we'll charge 2 here. See how much damage we can get him down. 1 more % would be sweet. All right, guys. So now he's going to do his stuff, and we're going to go Chain City on him and hope to live. This is our best bet here. You guys will see the power of A2 like you've seen in the past, and it's gonna be something else. Tell you that, it's gonna be something else, kids. Yeah. Oh, Warrior of Light, Warrior of Light, where are you at? All right, so Zargaboth has to cast. Let me make sure everything's on everybody and I'm not missing anything. All right, everything's good. So Zargaboth has to this turn, cast our Bastion so our elemental resist is up. That's very important here, guys. We want that to be going down. Our Warrior of Light is going to cast the break, I do believe, because we just cast the cover, correct? Yeah, cover ally. You see it down there. It doesn't have something next to it for some reason. So we're going to cast the break so that it's broken, to make sure it's broken for this turn. The next thing we're going to do is put MP in everybody's pocket. So we're going to cast the Prism Heal, make sure it'll probably heal everybody up to full, which seems good. And then we're going to one-hit chain combo. Again, guys, offensive heal combo. If I perfect chain this and it dies, GG. If not, hopefully I get enough Spirit Crystals to do this. Whew, I'm nervous. That's probably perfect chain. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even close. Oh, shit. I'm gonna die, bro. I'm gonna die. If he kills me here, I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Remember, Eternal Torment if you use the Siphon here. Shadow Storm. Oh, God. No. No. Live. That's it. End your turn. Yes. We're alive. And we got an Espegaze. Sorry for screaming in your ears. Whew. Hold on. I'm about to pass out. Okay. So, we can use Gaia Earth here. Bada bing. Bada boom. Hey-ya. And then I really need to chain really hard here. Ah, I know why we didn't do that much damage. Okay, now I know why we didn't do that much damage. We did not use Zargaboth's 50% in peril there. Very important. That may have cost us the fight right there, actually. We're going to see. We're going to use offensive heal combo again twice in a row. Now, let me see if I have my... Do I have my attack boosted up? Yeah, my attack's still boosted up. Okay, is there anything else I can do to make myself do more damage? I do not believe so, so... Come on, man, just do that. Do that. 30%, baby. Kill him. Yes, I think that's it. Woo! So I fucked up, chat. Remember, at that pivotal point, you need to have your stuff up and you need to break him. You need to imperil him with Zargaboth. But we still got there. We got lucky. We didn't die. He did use his resentment up, but he didn't use Soul Siphon to where he could totally wreck our team. We had all our stats up. We had everything going for us. And you see how fucking hard that is? Imagine if you're in that hell for longer than that turn and you don't have all your stats up. And he's gaining more NPL that whole time. That's what makes it really hard. I almost leveled up. That would have been cool right there. Let me make sure I got it. I got it right. Whew. Sometimes it feels good. Remember, it's not only A2 that can do this. Onion Knight and Dark Veritas and Agris can do it. It's just going to take you a little bit more time to go. I think Onion Knight can keep up with A2. It'll be close, but I think he can. You can even try Ace in Peril. You don't have to do that. You can have the 6th person be Ace, or you can just take 6 people and have that person be another support. You take a Riku with you, so if you do die, you have the Riku buff to bring you back to life. So there it is, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and best of luck out there, because this boss is a bitch. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Anything you want about this boss, any questions you may have, and then subscribe for future content. I get my wisdom teeth pulled tomorrow. I'm scared. Catch you later.